Domenico101MMA.com.
Here we go. This is Steve Domenico from Domenico 101 MMA at Lion Fight 35 with Scott Kent, the owner, president of Lion Fight Promotions, who is back at Foxwoods for the first time in 2017.
Oh, it's the first event in Foxwoods.
Yeah.
We did a show in Las Vegas
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago, so yeah.
So we talked in 2016, the end of 2016, about plans for 2017 for Lion Fight, and they look like they're starting. You've already had 2 shows to start off the year. You're back at Foxwoods with another huge event with a lot of New England local professionals and amateurs, which we appreciate always when you come in, have our fights. So, how you doing, Scott? How you feeling?
Great. Thanks for having me back. I
Oh,
appreciate it.
thank you.
Absolutely.
So how's your trip back to Foxwoods?
You know, it's great. We love it here. This is our home on the East Coast, and like you mentioned, we try and bring in as many local fighters as we can, and kind of synthesize that with the amazing world-class talent that we've got. We've got 3 major Thai fighters on this card.
Huge.
With obviously Smoking Joe Nunawat, with having King Siam, with having Narapol Fairtex, and giving a local guy an opportunity to fight a guy like Narapol. So it's a huge opportunity. It's good for our sport. It's good for the growth of Muay Thai in the U.S.
Excellent. And you are doing it in the U.S. You're bringing the Muay Thai spirit, which the U.S. hasn't seen much. We did talk in the past about, it's on smaller scales, but Lion Fight is the biggest Muay Thai promotion in the world. And you got the best fighters in the world fighting for you. And we talked before, they're all knocking on your door to fight for you, and we're having crossover fighters from MMA, other areas, because they know this is hot and heavy. This is
the
hot
real
sport.
deal. And
Yes.
people have known that for a long time. I think the nice thing about our success is there's always been an audience out there, and people have kind of heard about Muay Thai. And I remember doing interviews after our first shows in Las Vegas, and people used to call us the best kept secret in Las Vegas, which I thought was kind of mysterious and cool.
Yep.
But then I started thinking, as a promotion, we need to get this out to a much broader audience. And I think that was really the genesis of us getting involved with our good friends out here at Foxwoods. And in addition to being popular in the United States, because we brought in so many international fighters. We've got our partners, Muay Thai Grand Prix in London, Warriors Way, who just had 2 fighters on our show in Las Vegas in Australia. And just through social media and just kind of by word of mouth with the fighters, it's just exploded. And you mentioned this earlier. Every day I get probably half a dozen fighters from all over the planet that want to come fight for Lion Fight. So it's flattering, and I think it's a testament to how far the Lion Fight team has been able to go. We run on a very lean business model, but we're able to keep it going and probably succeed where others haven't been able to, because we've been able to sustain ourselves. And Access TV has been such a great partner for us. I think they're buying in and believing what we're doing. So the future looks very bright for us, I think.
Yeah, they're seeing it too on social media. They're getting a lot of hits, like from covering the Muay Thai event. They're seeing the numbers going up, because there's a lot of fans out there that, they're getting saturated by, this MMA and this, this other kind of watered down kickboxing and stuff. And then, when you bring in the real Muay Thai and just, the history behind it, and now the new fans are starting to realize, like, it has a huge, long history behind it.
I just last weekend, I was flipping through my channel. Showtime had a documentary on prison fights about, fighting in Thailand, and it depicted a lot of the cultural nuances, the cultural elements, and how Muay Thai is so important in Thailand. So I think it's really shown a brighter light on the national sport of Thailand, and people understand that this is a martial art, so it's different. Everyone from the commission, everywhere we go, your fighters are so respectful. Everybody is so nice, and that's something I think that comes along with the discipline of training as a martial artist. And we've been doing this now for coming up on 7 years. Kind of in the right place at the right time. I think UFC and MMA kind of set the stage for combat sports. They create a business model now which works for a lot of people that probably wouldn't have got involved with it before. And people are taking a chance and coming to see something like this. And we've always said it's just getting the people to show. Because once you see it, I have people in the casino stop me all the time just thanking me the fact that we're bringing this level of talent to Foxwoods and to Las Vegas. You know, we're going to do some shows at the end of the year at Pechanga. So we're pretty much all over the U.S. and working with our partners. I'll go in July back to Muay Thai Grand Prix in London, and
Beautiful.
be out at Warriors Way in Australia before the end of the year. So.
And you're explaining to the new fans, you're explaining to them, because Muay Thai, is a little understanding of it a little bit, but you're explaining to new fans, so they're starting to get on it. And you know what? We have, Valentina Shevchenko, who's, Muay Thai based, but she's branching off. I mean, that girl's going to be a UFC champion, in my eyes.
Yeah, no, she's, I think you're absolutely right. To have them involved with us and having their background is huge. Anthony Njikwani, former UFC fighter, just fought for us in Las Vegas, was 23-0 as a Muay Thai fighter. There's no Muay Thai promotions out there, so he went into MMA. So I think we're starting to see that, and it's surprising. A lot of UFC fighters and people that have fought for other organizations are now contacting us because, if you're a fight fan, I mean, I just did a radio show the other night, and Joe Namath was on the show. I mean, Muay Thai's come a long way.
Oh, yes.
I used to do a lot of local radio, local stuff in Las Vegas, folks like yourself, and to be on a radio show with a guy like Joe Namath just tells you how far I think Muay Thai and lion fight has come in the last few years.
And also you have Joe Rogan, who's big into Muay Thai. He comes from a karate background, but he is the voice of the UFC. And he's I listen to him all the time on his podcast. He is way high on lion fight. He loves it.
He said it's and you got a guy like Pat Miletich,
yes,
a UFC Hall of Famer. He said I'd much rather watch lion fight than the UFC.
He's calling you fights. I mean,
yeah. And Joe Rogan, I mean, this is the face of, and this is the voice of UFC, and it has been for years. And the nice thing about Joe is he knows what he's talking about. Very well respected, a martial artist. He understands the nuances, the technical aspects of Muay Thai, and the cultural traditions. So to have him come out and publicly say the kinds of things he said about lion fight is great, and we truly appreciate it.
Awesome. You're getting out there. You're out there, Scott, and you're capturing, pieces of everyone on the way. All right, so we have a big fight tomorrow, Lion Fight 35. Smoking Joe headlining. We got a lot of great New England fighters on there. We got a lot of, just the best Muay Thai. What can we look forward to after the show? You're going to be back at Foxwoods. I know you got a lot of shows coming up. But this is your year. This is, this 2017 is
our next fight is back here.
Yeah.
We're back here April 28th. We're going to do some big announcements on some local fighters, so stay tuned next week.
Yeah.
We're hoping to bring over Sergio Wilson.
Okay, cool.
Defend his title against Lurdsila, another Thai superstar from Phuket. They call Mr. Lightning. So that would probably be the main or the co-main event, and that's going to be, it'll be huge.
All right, awesome. We can't wait to see it, Scott. As always, you bring, we can't wait for you to come. I'm like a kid in a candy store when I hear you coming. I appreciate you coming to Foxwoods, showing, New England, not only New England, the world, the USA, real Muay Thai, and the real spirit of the sport. And I appreciate you doing that for us, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Thanks for all your support, man.
Always, buddy. I owe you a lot. You do a lot for me also. All right, buddy. From Fox Theater, In the Ring with Scott Kent, Lion Fight 35 tomorrow night, Access TV. It'll be live for you, people, so let's enjoy the show.
Thank you.